We have Jerry Yuan, who is our CEO, and we have Jeff, who's our CEO. COO, I should say. That came out wrong. Welcome, guys. How are you feeling today? Jerry, Jeff?
Hi, everyone.
I don't think I can hear Jeff if he's said anything yet.
Hello, Jeff. Good morning.
Jerry, do you want to start us off then, while Jeff's sorting out his microphone, just with a bit of an intro as on Ottó, a bit of a high-level overview? That'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Kira, everyone. Should I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evenings? And first of all, on behalf of the team, I would like to say thank you to everyone for your support. As the pre-mining completed and the onboarding V2 are live, we are very close to official launch of the Ottó blockchain. Ottó blockchain will be the first KYC compliant smart finance blockchain, and Ottó leverages NFT identity attestation and multi-chain functions. With our world-class tech team, Ottó will be your primary gateway to enjoying Web3. After Ottó blockchain launched, we will focusing on building on-chain products and most importantly, to grow our communities. Shortly, we will have a professional community management and customer service team to handle the communications between us, and a responsive customer service team to take care of our communities. Besides that, we are in a good positions to work with technical and payment partners. And we are very looking forward to have related product on Ottó very soon. At Ottó, our visions are a hardworking decentralized blockchain where all assets are KYC, CFT, and AML verified before entering the chain. Every organization providing service or defined applications is professionally, independently verified. Every piece of code is independently audited. Every major decision is professionally proposed and then voted in decentralized protocols. Every person's personal information is kept privacy and separately from their blockchain transparency. And I believe with strong communities, innovation, transparent technology, and the Ottó token that decentralized the benefit and the governance of Ottó blockchain, we're very exciting about breaking a new ground in DeFi and Web3. Cool. Thank you, Karen.
Cool. Thanks, Jerry.
So,
Yeah.
just like to give an update on the progress and the work that we've been doing recently. So, our key focus over the last 3 months has been to a really safe onboarding process for customers for their data, and ensuring that that meets all the legal and regulatory standards for KYC, CFT, and AML. Let's face it, doing that part is, protecting your identities in Web3 is the key to the success of DeFi and Web3. So, creating a technology that onboards you to a blockchain where you're providing your private information needs to be done in a way where there's no honeypots and where there's no risk of or data becoming available and connected to your Web3 presence. Building that has been really good and really exciting to do, but also when you're doing something for the first time, it's actually quite challenging, and there's quite a lot of learning experiences along the way. Getting a product out there, which we're about to step into the attestation side of things very soon. We'll be launching the attestation NFT on Bound Wallet. That will be a key and probably a revelation in how we can advance Web3 without having to sell our data or give our data away to other parties. Trust them with it. I'm really excited about that. The next things, so the key things that our team have been doing on the deeper technical side of things, and are the integration with the custodian. So our project has analyzed a lot of bridges and things like that. We think that for a blockchain that is not smart, doesn't have smart contracts, I think that it's really, really important to have a secure bridging process. You're trusting a centralized party that is actually regulated. So we're working with a really, really cool firm, which we'll hopefully be able to announce in the near future, to provide the custodial service for Ottó blockchain, which will mean that any person who can bring in their assets to Ottó and have them in the Ottó blockchain, who's passed through the KYC AML compliance process, in a similar way to you would get on a centralized exchange these days. It opens the market up to some really interesting investors, including your investors that are sort of institutional on a basis. Knowing that every person on the chain or every asset on the chain is AML KYC compliant, avoids regulatory problems like counterparty risk. So it's an exciting new way of doing things, and we're really excited to the point where we can start onboarding assets to the chain. The next thing that we've been really key, the technical side, really focused on, is testing a new type of consensus, because this is a proof of stake chain, but what we want is it to be extremely secure, and to grow in its security level, more assets that are onboarded to it. So we are doing up a paper now to explain that, and it's a world first, and we're really excited about the economic opportunity for the chain itself, to be self-sustainable and also to be very secure. So look forward to sharing that with everyone, and that's been a very big focus of me and my team, to build a model and a consensus model that suits a proof of stake DeFi chain. Your investment, the value of your investment needs to be protected. I'm super excited that we've completed our pre-mining. Now, a lot of people have approached us and asked about doing a token sale for the Ottó token, and I've had to explain to them why we're not doing a token sale, and this is really, really important. We want to have a very, very want to have a supportive community. Want to recognize the community that Plug has centered around the Plug ecosystem since 2017, and we want to create a blockchain where every coin is earned by participation, other than coins being distributed to VCs and distributed in token sales and etc. etc. And so at this point, we have done a pre-mining exercise where people who staked Plug for period of the pre-mining have been able to earn Ottó tokens. Also, we will be distributing 10 Ottó tokens to every person who signs up with an account. Those Ottó tokens will be the only Ottó tokens issued at the time of launch, which is a very exciting position because those are the coins that will be used for gas, for the internal economy of Ottó, and also for securing the blockchain. So all rewards will go to participants and people who are contributing to the chain, rather than to venture capital. Which is it's a good way to start, and I think it will. Once you see the interesting way that we're going to do consensus, you will see that porting the chain is different, and backing up the security of the chain through staking, proof of stake, is very different from actually just being a participant. And so we've built the chain to be really focused on working hard for the users, and also being a very secure and reliable blockchain to use for finance. That's about it for what we're up to at the moment.
Cool. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I think that's a really good overview. Probably answers, quite a few of the questions people had already. But I think what we can do now is we can move on to bringing anyone on stage that wants to come up. Otherwise, we have a bunch of questions from the Ask Us Anything channel. So if anyone wants to come up on stage, please raise your hand. We'll take your question first. Otherwise, we'll start working our way through the channels in the Ask Us Anything channel. All right, looks like no one's raising their hand yet, so we'll just start with those questions. So the first one was, can you please share what relationship, if any, exists between Plug, Ottó, and the Futureverse? Do you want to take that one, Jeff?
Really good question. First of all, Plug, the Plug protocol is shared across all of them. So same sort of base infrastructure, so they're very compatible blockchains. Second of all, they have shared founders and a shared vision for what we're doing. Plug and Ottó are a specific purpose, which everyone in Web3 needs, not just the Futureverse, but those users of the Futureverse who are having a seamless user experience in a metaverse world. We need payments and investment, and projects that launch in the metaverse will need investors and financial structures. So we think that Ottó and Plug will be the ideal place for that part of the economy to participate. And our goal and plan is to partner with Futureverse and the root network all the way through.
Cool. Thank you, Jeff. Great answer. Jumping on to the next one. The relationship with MasterCard has been rumored for some time, but no official announcement has been made by either MasterCard or Plug Ottó at this time. Is the rumor true? Might be another one for you, Jeff.
So we have an official partner with Immersive, and we are very excited to be working with them. Rome, who's the founder of Immersive, is probably one of the world's of the experts in the world of payment systems, payment rails, and also how that interacts with Web3 and some of the amazing stuff that they've already achieved, including their partnership with Coke vending machines and a few other sort of examples, has been really amazing. I am not in a position to announce the partnership with MasterCard because Ottó does not have a partnership with MasterCard. But I would say to watch immersive socials and get engaged with the immersive project because they are the payment partner that we are partnered with, and they have some very exciting things coming to the future. I think will help us leave Web 2 behind.
Cool. Thanks, Jeff. It's really good. There's the next question actually is going to be compiled into one later on, so I'll skip that one. But there was, what is the exact distribution period of Ottó tokens? Was the next one.
There are 10 million Ottó tokens that are going to be distributed to the people who pre-mined it. Those will be the issued at Genesis block to the holders. We also have 10 Ottó tokens being distributed to every person who creates and goes through the AML KYC process to actually join the blockchain. So those are the distributions. It will be distributed at the launch. So basically, the moment that Genesis block is
No.
yeah, they'll be sent out.
Yep, that
We're
sounds
just
good.
working through that sort of issuance now, so that everyone gets it at the same time and can choose to start participating in the blockchain.
Cool. Thank you for that one. The next one was more about Ottó and Plug. So will the Ottó and Plug blockchains be separate chains, and what will be the respective stake rewards for both chains?
A really good question. Plug Net blockchain is an interface with the exchanges onboard their assets into a DeFi blockchain. So it's a step along the way to ensure that there is limited vectors of attack on the funds in a DeFi chain. So where users have a custodian to go through for assets onboard into Ottó, exchanges will have a blockchain go through to onboard their assets into Ottó. So it'll be a single place where the assets are, and the plug sort of invisible plug net blockchain will work in the background to regulate the exchanges that their customers have access to actually on DeFi on-chain protocols and the investment opportunities there, which is absolutely impossible to provide as a centralized exchange otherwise. Hopefully that's not too technical.
Cool.
Yeah, if anyone's
sounds
got a follow-up question to that, let me know.
Sweet, will do. So the next one was, will the future versus multi-token economy infrastructure be deployed on top of Ottó and Plug?
Ottó is designed to Ottó is designed as a multi-chain economy. absolutely every token from every exchange, from every blockchain exists as a native asset on Ottó blockchain. The onboarding of it is not through a public smart contract bridge. It's through a professional regulated custodian service. So that scenario, so the assets on there, we have a few key ways that they can be used. So simply, your Ottó account connects to your Ethereum address or to your into your root address very easily. So you can choose to interact with a smart contract, for example, on the Futureverse root network, and pay with it through using your Ottó balance. And that can be settled on the Ottó blockchain without ever leaving the Ottó blockchain. But enact a payment that exists for an asset on Ethereum or on root network. Hopefully that kind of explains it
Yeah,
in a
no,
way of how multi-chain works. Whereas in a lot of situations now, multi-chain means that you have to transfer your assets from one chain to another to make a payment. You would no longer need to do that using the Ottó chain.
gotcha. No, I think that's a very good explanation. The next one's a little bit different. What is the shape of the NFT DeFi operation in Ottó and Plug in the future?
Otto's a really cool opportunity for people to store their NFTs. So we're building a module within Ottó that can recognize NFTs that you have in custody, which is quite a safe way to store those assets, and also a way that you could store the assets as a group rather than just as an individual. And then recognizing those on the Ottó blockchain so they can be traded, transferred, and also utilized while on the chain. That's a really that's good for Ottó, but what our identity attestation protocol does, it means that once you've linked or bound an Ethereum address to your Ottó account, you can actually represent any NFTs you hold in custody. You can represent that on Ethereum through, even though it's in custody. So Ottó account enables that mirror utility on Ethereum of any NFTs you own that are in custody. So I think that's a really valuable asset for people who are concerned about the risks of self-custody of assets or the risks of joint custody of assets. Your assets are never touched. You're never signing with a wallet that has your assets are in a cold wallet that's provided by a custodian. They're insurable while they're in that cold wallet, and you can, but you still retain the full ownership, utility, and ability to trade and without them ever leaving custody.
Yeah, definitely from a security aspect, that sounds pretty good to me, especially if you had some high value NFTs.
Yeah. And I think what we'll find more though, as we move to the millions and billions of people operating in the metaverse. The metaverse uses a lot and needs a lot of NFTs. What we'll find is that there are some extremely important keys, high value NFTs, and they will be owned by groups having a structure that enables that help speed up the evolution of the industry.
Agree more. Cool. I think the last one from that user was just thoughts on Plug's marketing strategy. Yeah.
We're moving into a new phase. We've been sort of deeply technical. We've been building modules for, our original structure was building modules for the Plug protocol so that people can create blockchains like Centrality and Root Network and other chains using those modules. We are about to build the Ottó and PlugNet modules and launch those. And this is the first time that we're launching a blockchain to a community and launching a product along with that blockchain. So we're now a technical team, still world class and really amazing guys, but we are now building a community team. And yesterday, Jerry and I just interviewed a community manager who's really keen to start engaging, and we also have hired 2 technical customer service reps this week, which is really good as well because obviously we've got a product to support. We will start building that team from this point on and start growing out our sort of customer service and community management process. No, we're never going to be like as fun as as a cartoon or another NFT type project. We're definitely to build a really excited community about the real value that our products own, provide. And I think it is exciting, some of the things that we're doing. On a serious note.
Cool. Thanks for that, Jeff.
All right.
So yeah, the next one I think is one that we talked a bit about. Do the following companies and exchanges that used to be PlugNet's partners still have a relationship with Plug/Ottó?
Yeah, I think I can take those questions. So the simple answer is yes. And in the past 12 months, because of the pandemic, because different drag stations keep launching different regulations. So for the blockchain industry in different countries, it just shape a lot. But majority of our partners is survived from that wave. So the answer is yes. We still keeping that relationship and the partnership with majority of those exchanges and entities we launched before. And for myself, in the past 12 months, I spend most of my energies to keep our technical team the world class, and on the other hand, I spend a lot of time to keep and maintain all those relationships between the partners. So before the pandemic, I spent like half of my time overseas and half of my time in New Zealand. For the half of time in overseas, I talk to people, talk to all the partners and exchanges, and I'm sure we still have very good relationships, personal relationships and cooperation relationships. And now we can see the world is like a reopen at every countries. So shortly, I think I expect in next 2 months I will depart again to after I don't know after almost 2 years I will start my travel again, and I will meet all those partners again face to face, and we will have a very exciting plan to work together. So yes.
Oh, thanks for that, Jerry. The next one related to MEXC. Do we have any plans to list on on any other exchange other than MEXC by the end of 2022. I'm assuming this relates to,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. But for Ottó to list on the exchange, the exchange needs to accept a whitelist for onboarding. There's a bit more integration than is a standard Ethereum token. So we don't think there will be widespread centralized exchange listings of the Ottó token that's natural form from the Ottó blockchain until those exchanges integrate to the plug network.
Cool. Thanks, Jeff. So the next one was, and maybe I can answer this one a bit, and you guys can chime in if you need to. I recognize that the accounts can be issued as NFT after KYC, but I can't imagine it. How does it appear exactly? So with that, what we're doing is, everyone's passing through the KYC at the moment. You guys are binding your wallets, and at the moment that's a MetaMask wallet on Ethereum. So the next step of the onboarding process will be that we will enable that claim process for the NFT. And what you'll do is you will claim that NFT, that attestation NFT, which will go to your Ethereum address, at which point you will have that NFT in your wallet. Anything to add there, Jeff? And that we've got some
NFT
designs.
itself,
Yeah.
NFT itself will be like a really cool design, and it'll sit in your wallet. It will contain simple information like the address that it should be in, that any protocol that interacts with the NFT will be able to see the address it's in is the address that it was issued to. And that will be able to be maintained from your Ottó account. So you'll be able to move it to a different address and then adjust that on your Ottó account of which address it belongs to update the metadata. There's a few other pieces of metadata in there, but the key to this NFT is that it enables anyone who looks at your wallet to know that the wallet is owned by a KYC, AML, CFT verified person. It doesn't say it doesn't carry any information about who you are. You can future modules and future technology and future integrations. We have an updating process of the metadata, which adds coded or encrypted data to your metadata on your NFT, which enables it to work with different applications. So therefore giving you the cross-chain or the multi-chain functionality and allows you to do things like pay for something using your Ottó account to buy an asset on the Ethereum blockchain, which is a world first from the technology's perspective. It avoids false approvals that you get from other protocols, like knowledge proofs, for example. It's very easy to fake a true answer to a zero knowledge proof. In this scenario, we're not dependent on anything third party to encrypt your attestation. We're just depending on the logic that the identity or the NFT in your wallet cannot exist in an active state. It's impossible for it to exist in an active state without being valid. So therefore, it's just like you can't have a phone bill unless the phone company knows who you are. That's why banks will accept phone bill as an attestation of your identity, etc., etc.
Cool. And I guess when we get to that stage, we'll start sharing some of the cool design stuff of the NFTs with the
Yeah.
community.
Actually, we are
Yeah.
pretty excited about them and the artwork that's gone into the NFTs. And they won't look ugly in your wallet, which is cool.
Cool. The next one was just more of a, I'm a non-English speaker. I have no idea what you're talking about on the AMA. Could you please consider posting the AMA officially on Medium Discord after the AMA is over? So I know we are going to be doing a recording of this one, and I think we were going to be posting an update after the AMA as well. Is that right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll post up a summary of the AMA and
Cool.
what was discussed and the answers that we brought forward.
Yeah.
We're talking about technical stuff here, and I think every time you answer a question, you lead into the possibility of a lot more questions. And really successful blockchains out there and really successful complex protocols actually have a community of people who really do delve in and ask really hard questions and discuss the risks or the pros and cons of decisions. I think that because Ottó blockchain, we have a vision to have a safer Web3 experience for investment for your asset securities. I think that we have the opportunity to have a really good foundation, especially from some of the members of the community asking really good questions about the technology and about the decisions and the options around the technology and why, and getting a strong understanding there. Education is everything, like in this new technology, the more people understand about it and the more questions and considerations that are made about decisions, the more input to those decisions, better it will be. And that's my vision in growing. I know that a lot of people in the past have looked at Plug and Ottó as a token investment opportunity. I want the focus to change on being a technology investment opportunity. If you're backing Ottó blockchain, focusing on the technology that we're going to provide to the community, that's where the value really is. In products people can use, and products that actually change your life or change your business. And how we can do that, and how we can do that as a community-owned project, and how we can make it stronger every day.
Cool. Very, very well said. So the next question, how do I price one Ottó?
It's a good question. Ottó is a gas token on the Ottó blockchain. It's also a governance token on the Ottó blockchain. So the idea behind that is that anyone who's participating in the Ottó blockchain by holding an Ottó token have a say on important decisions that are made. Also the block reward mechanism. So the people who are making assets to secure the blockchain will be rewarded by the blockchain in Ottó tokens. So that's how Ottó will enter the ecosystem. Because Otto's job is to secure the value of the assets that are on the chain. Valuable assets that are brought onto the chain are the layer 1 assets like mycelium, like ENS, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, like Ripple, like ADA, and a number more valuable assets that their value exists not because of Ottó. Ottó adds value to those assets by giving them a place where they can interact together in a secure environment. The job of Ottó is to keep those assets secure. And one of the ways it does that is making sure that every person that brings assets on is a trusted individual, and no one can remove assets from the blockchain in an anonymous way. They're anonymous to themselves, everyone else, but if they had stolen funds in their account, the custodian wouldn't release assets to them on the layer ones. The underlying assets are secure that way. The on-chain activity for Ottó coin itself, the token itself, will grow, and because of the new consensus method that we've created, the cost to attack blockchain will get higher and higher and higher the more assets that are brought on board, and the more value that the chain delivers to its users. So we're really excited about the method that we're going to use and the ideas behind it, and we're really looking forward to bringing that to the community and launching it for the first time.
Oh, thank you for that. The next one
Yeah,
was
I
where we
didn't
grouped
answer
a
the
few.
question. Ottó is for using, not selling, I think, is the answer.
Yeah. The next one was we grouped a few questions together, so it was just about the team and the communications. So what's the team sort of focus on, growing effort on community involvement going forward?
Yeah, I think I can take that questions. Okay, I think I'm going to start from myself. So as a CEO, my job, my focusing area is now I'm going to ensure the right people in the right positions, and second of all, and I'm handling all the partnerships and all the things we talk externally. So I'm going to make sure we keep have strong relationships, and I'm going to keep maintain it. And as a Jeff, I always like to say Jeff is like our chief architect. Jeff, like we make sure our ship is heading to the right directions. And Karen is our product directors. His job is like help Jeff to bring our words to the realities. And we have our CTO Felix. Felix is not here today, but he's our head of CTO. He is leading world-class technical teams to according to Jeff's blueprint, and they will write according to a blueprint. They will write the code and bring everything alive on the chain. And also our lovely Saber. Saber is like help us taking up communities and connecting with third parties to make some market activities. And as I mentioned, and as Jeff mentioned before, from now on, our focus will be turning on to shift to community growth and product development. Therefore, we're building our own marketing team and the community management team and also the customer service team. So from now on, again, our focus is on the on-chain product and also the growth of our communities. Yeah, thanks, Karen.
Oh, thanks, Jerry. So the next question we have after that, I think that's a really good answer. Is I think we've answered already about Ottó and Futureverse, so that's fine. Will Plug and Ottó continue to be associated in the future? Was the one after that. Have you spoken a
Which
bit on
one
that
was that?
already,
Can you
Jeff?
say that again? Sorry, I missed
Will Plug and Ottó continue to be associated in the future?
it.
Yeah.
Plug. The Ottó blockchain will be the place where your assets are secured. Plug blockchain is like an entrance into the Ottó blockchain through exchanges, through centralized exchange. So it's so that's the best way I can explain it. But yes, they will be associated together and they will have utility. So think of it as one project. There's lots of technology involved.
Cool. The next one was, what is the total supply of Ottó?
I don't think there will ever be a total supply. So the theoretical maximum is 1 billion Ottó tokens. The way that it's regulated is that if the blockchain is working really hard for its users, that the supply will only ever be a percentage of that active supply, and the rest of it will be not in circulation.
Yeah, I guess that there was another question a bit further down that sort of said, can you please discuss what the Ottó circulating supply will be at launch and clearly outline the tokenomics, which might link into this?
Yeah. So full tokenomics will be that there's a central so there'll be a certain amount of the tokens that are always in supply, which are distributed through the block rewards. Total supply at launch will be the 10 million pre-mined tokens plus 10 tokens per KYC AML verified individual who joins blockchain. The distribution in the future will be through block rewards, and those block rewards will be explained in the tokenomics. But block rewards will come from staking a token. The token that you stake will be only utility for it will be staking. You will need to buy that token using Ottó. So it will take that Ottó out of circulation when you buy the staking token. So there's a sort of a circular track of would you want to stake so that you can earn Ottó for your future. You would use your Ottó to buy the staking token. That token you would stake to earn Ottó in the future. And there is a balancing economic mechanism that we will launch. We will send out to the community for consultation and for review in the very short future.
Cool. Thank you for that, Jeff. The next one was, when will Ottó be launched?
The goal is to launch Ottó in alignment with Root Network. That may mean that we launch a little bit earlier, that we've got the stake and everything up and running, ready for the partnership.
Cool. Yeah, no, sounds good. And the current TVL estimate for Ottó was the last one from that set of questions.
It's a TVL.
I think it's total value, isn't it?
I've said this before in a lot of communications and a lot of chats and stuff like that. And these blockchains have no value until they provide value, until they actually have a a utility. And we really, really think that the utility that we're going to provide is highly valuable.
Yeah,
And
it was total
waiting
value
for
locked actually.
that. I know. Yeah, total value
Yeah.
lock. We don't know. But what we do know is that there are a number of partners that we have a significant quantity of assets on blockchains that do not have smart contracts. And those partnerships that we have, they cannot participate in a open blockchain DeFi because of the risk of counterparties. So parties like terrorists, etc., etc., and also because of the security issues. So their boards of directors won't allow them to participate in on-chain activity because the high risk of the assets, the smart contracts that they're interacting with, unregulated and failing. And we've seen that a lot. Every time the crypto market crashes, it's because significant value has been lost through a technical or mathematical failure of a system. So, we think that there will be significant value to secure on Ottó blockchain, as long as Ottó blockchain proves that it's useful for doing that. Best way I can answer, I guess.
Yep, no, that's great. Thanks, Jeff. There's a few of these that are looking very similar to stuff you guys have already answered, so I'm just bearing in mind time. I'm going to jump down to a few of the other ones. Please discuss plans for plug utility and liquidity on Ottó, since the originally planned plug network is not being depreciated.
Yeah. So our plug community have been with us since 2018. We've been developing plug since 2017, and the plug community's been with us since 2018. We initially set out to build a modulated blockchain that could be utilized by any project who wants to. And we were successful in developing some really cool things, like some of the core components of the chains that we see today. Super proud of doing that, but the next phase, which is this plug phase, we started working on it because we realized that there's a big separation between Web 2 crypto and Web 3 crypto. We wanted to bridge the gap between Web 2 crypto, which is, in my view, centralized exchanges and futures markets. And so we created a idea for the use of plug, and since we already had a decentralized community to build a blockchain from, we decided to use that. So that's PlugNet, and we'll always be grateful for having that decentralized community. One of the really cool things that enabled us to do is create a decentralized distribution of the Ottó blockchain to that community, which is a very exciting. Will be future uses for plug. We have one key balancing factor for the plug token, or as Ottó grows, as more centralized or more Web 2 crypto organizations, which are not just centralized exchanges, but they're a good way to explain it, want to enter the Ottó blockchain with their assets and with the assets of their customers. These are not just crypto assets. These could be shares in companies, etc., etc. Ottó, or the PlugNet gateway, will use the plug token to regulate that. That makes sense. It's highly complicated, but that's the key use for the plug in the future. Whether or not we we find other utility for the plug token on Ottó blockchain, I think that's a possibility as well. We're open to suggestions. And I think because currently the Ottó owners, majority of them are plug holders as well, the community could quite reasonably create proposals on the Ottó blockchain for the governance to decide on utility for plug token.
Cool. That's great. Thanks, Jeff. Just maybe a couple more, and then we'll wind it up. I know we're on the hour now. There was a pretty detailed one. I think you've possibly covered some of this already. Can you please comment on any plans for liquidity of Ottó and Plug, since Ottó is a non-ERC20 token and will not be available on any DEX? Plug has minimal liquidity on any DEX at this time. Obviously, we are aware of the MEXC listing. Any additional plans for liquidity other than the MEXC listing?
Answer no.
Yeah.
But I expect that Ottó will be valued by the utility that it provides. It will be tradable on the DEX on Ottó blockchain. It will be tradable on any partner exchange that integrates with, making sure that the integrity of the solution stays in place. I think that the value of Ottó is going to be for paying transaction fees and for buying the staking token on the Ottó blockchain. And the staking token will be the thing that becomes the store of value of the Ottó blockchain. Store of value will become the Bitcoin of Ottó blockchain. If you wanted to simplify it.
Cool. Thank you. Probably one of the last ones was what is the nature of Silo running on the Ottó network?
Nature of Silo on Ottó. The really amazing decentralized communication protocol, and we think that it's the bridge from Web 2 communications to Web 3 communications. At the moment, to interact with your Web 3, you have to sign up for an email account from one of the big tech companies, or create your own email server and create a centralized server for your email. I think that's not, number one, it's not a smart way to use finance communications, because emails are a very easy vector for attack. You don't really want your finances going through email. Also, for simple, low-cost, location-based notifications, you would prefer probably a notification from an app you have on your phone. And Hello is an app, but it's also decentralized. It's impossible for anyone else to get your messages. And so we're building, and I know a number of other Web3 organizations are building a communication channel through Silo to their users, which means that we'll be able to send messages directly to your Silo account, directly to your blockchain address, and you'll be able to respond to those and use those without using a centralized email provider. That's the goal. There are a lot of other peer-to-peer opportunities that come from Silo as well. We're super excited about those.
Oh, thanks for that. Maybe one more and we'll wrap it up. How does that sound?
Go for it.
Yeah. Will XRP be enabled as a base token on Ottó? Will there be any Ripple related DeFi applications on Ottó?
Yes. As far as the architecture of XRP and Ottó goes, we will integrate as much as we can, but we will also can onboard any asset from any blockchain and use it as a native asset on Ottó blockchain. So we expect anyone who holds XRP and wants to participate in DeFi, expect them to onboard those assets through the custody service into the Ottó blockchain, and there to be a significant amount of that.
Cool. So I think if anyone has any other burning questions or ones that they don't feel were answered, just feel free to let us know in the chat. But I think we've gone over the hour now. So probably wrap it up there.
Yep. Keep asking questions, keep chatting. We always welcome that, and I'll jump in and I'll talk. We'll be introducing our community manager very soon, and you'll start sort of seeing the channels liven up with a little bit more banter, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sounds good. Cool. So we'll be posting the recording once it's up for everyone. And we'll be working on some announcements as well. So thank you everyone for attending. Really appreciate it, and see you next time.